The purpose of a goal is not to reach the goal in itself. The purpose of a goal is who you become on your way to the goal. What habits, what attitudes, what thoughts, what feelings do you achieve on the way to your goal? That is the purpose. That is why we call it personal development, because the purpose of a goal is who you become on the way to your goal. I talk to a lot of people every day, and many of them say that, I don't know what I want. And then their thinking goes, what I call 360, it goes around, 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 around. You don't have to know what you want, you just have to know that you want something else, and that you're eager to change, that you have a desire to change. That is all it takes. If you have the desire, you can make the fast decision and say, I want to change. I want something else, I want something more. That is all it takes to start to change. When we say think and act, like the person in the goal, like you in the goal, how do you do that? First of all, you think about what you want, you think about your goal. You use your imagination to think about how it will be in your goal. Acting is a critical part. You act like the person you want to be. You see yourself in the goal and then you act from there. Most people don't act, but trust me, the beauty and the life you really want to live is when you start acting like the person you want to be. Life is lived in contrasts. And how do you feel the contrast? You feel what you like and what you don't like. The key thing is to appreciate the things you don't like. Oh, I'm so happy and grateful for that, because it shows me what I really like and what I really want. I was home in Norway for about a week and it was so cold. It's a fantastic winter there now. Minus 10 degrees, really cold, and the air is so full of oxygen. It's so crisp, it's so clear, it's so wonderful. Of course it's cold, so it freezes, but we appreciate the clearness that it gives us. Now I'm back in Spain and it's so much easier to live here because it's warm and it's nice and I know what I like. I like both. I love the contrasts of life because I live my life in contrast. Do you have a dream, a wish, or a goal? If you have a dream or a wish to change your life, you will never change. You have to set it as a goal. And to set it as a goal, you make this irrevocable decision. This I will do. All it takes is the will to do it. You commit to yourself that this is what I want. Then it is a goal. If it's just a dream or a wish, you will never change. So set a goal and make the decision, this I will do. And then you will start to change. We become what we think about. So why do you spend most of the day thinking about what you don't want? If you think only about what you want, you will get more of what you want. That is how it works. We become what we think about. This is a personal question, so take it personally. Why not you? Why shouldn't you have the life you really want? Why shouldn't you reach your goals? Why shouldn't you create great results? Why shouldn't you have the financial freedom you want? Why shouldn't you have the partner you want? Why shouldn't you have the family you want? Why shouldn't you have the security you want? Is there any reason? No, there isn't. You have everything inside that you need to create the life you really want. All it takes is the will to do it. All it takes is to set a high goal, focus on that goal, and think and act like you in that goal. That is all it takes. I want to talk to you about the biggest idea there is, the universe. The universe is here to serve you. That's a mind-blowing idea, isn't it? If you accept that, you will understand that you are a cooperative component in the universe. According to law of attraction, you attract what you feel. So therefore it is so important to control your thinking, because your thinking controls your feelings controls your action, and your actions gives you your results. That is what I'm going to tell you about in my upcoming book. End of September on Amazon. My book, Be Daring to Be Different, is out. Check it out. The biggest problem for most people is that they don't dare to do what they really want to do. They procrastinate. They say, oh, I really want to do that, but I don't dare. They live how they think others think you shall live. Live your life the way you think you shall live. Do what you really want. There is only one reason for doing a thing. I want it. If you want to do it, do it. Stop procrastinate. To live the life you really want, you have to be daring. You have to be different. You have to be daring, meaning that you have to set a goal, do what you really think you want. And different in the way that you don't think about what others think about what you do. You only do what you think is right for you. The biggest problem for most people is that they don't dare to do what they really want to do. They procrastinate. They say, oh, I really want to do that, but I don't dare. They live how they think others think you shall live. Live your life the way you think you shall live. Do what you really want. There is only one reason for doing a thing. I want it. If you want to do it, do it. Stop procrastinate. To live the life you really want, you have to be daring. You have to be different. You have to be daring, meaning that you have to set a goal, do what you really think you want. And different in the way that you don't think about what others think about what you do. You only do what you think is right for you. When I saw this yacht in London, I thought about law of relativity. Law of relativity says that nothing is big or small. In the universe, everything just is. Everything is just energy. It's all about being at the energy of the thing you want. It's all about self-development to become the person who can have what you really want. So it's a personal growth. It's a personal growth journey to get what you really want. Remember, nothing is big or small. Everything just is. That is the universal law of relativity. It's all about you being at the frequency of the things you want. How do you do that? You imagine yourself having it, and then you think and act like the person in that image. Think and act like the person you want to be. Think and act. If you want to have a yacht like this, think and act like the person owning that yacht. One of the biggest challenges we have when we start to change, when we start to develop ourselves, is that the old you sets up a royal battle against the change. You can find all the excuses in the world. It's time, it's money, it's not the circumstances, it's something else. Oh, I'm not ready yet. Remember, that is just the old you holding you back from becoming the new you. You have to go through that terror barrier. You have to practice being comfortable outside your comfort zone. Every time I'm afraid of something, it's an order to myself that I have to do it. I want to be comfortable outside my comfort zone. I push myself, I stretch every day. Do that, you too. Your new life is on the other side of the terror barrier. Challenge yourself. I wanted to share two things with you. First of all, this building is the first school in this area. It's from 1860. It's almost 200 years old. And this was the place where kids were lifted up from not knowing to learn how to read and how to think. It's such an important place. And it's also a place where the young kids at that time and still at school, where we get faith. Faith in ourselves, faith in life. And what is faith? Faith, to me, is the ability to see the invisible, to believe in the incredible, and be ready to receive what others say is impossible. And I'm going to explain that for you. To see the invisible, how do we do that? We close our eyes, we use our imagination, and we see what we really want. To believe in the incredible means that we feel it in our heart. So we close our eyes and see ourselves in the dream life, and then we believe it and feel it in our heart. That is the key point. And then to believe what others say is impossible means that we don't care what others say. If someone tells you that, oh, you cannot do that because that has never been done before, don't think about it. Think about that you can do it. You can be the first one that can do it. You can be the first one, and it's only up to you to create the life you really want. And it's only up to you to use your faith and your knowledge to get what you really want. And that starts with focusing on what you want and use your faith. Do you play the and game or the or game in your life? Do you see your life from abundance or scarcity? That's a key thing, to see your life from abundance and play the and game. I want that and that. If you think from scarcity, you think you have to choose, but actually you don't. By focusing on what you want, you play the abundance game. You then play the and the game in your life, and that is how you get what you want. Abundance starts with gratitude. Remember that. Focus on gratitude. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am. Procrastination is the route to failure. If you don't do, nothing will happen. You cannot think yourself to a new life. You have to think and act. The best way to get things done, do it now. Do it now. That is how you start to get the life you really want. When I started changing my life, I was so afraid of doing what I needed to do. I'm getting there. That's why I got a mentor. I got a great mentor. And he really kicked my butts on moving. And that was what I asked him to. I asked him to tell me what I need, not what I want to hear. And I started to move. I started to do the things I was afraid of. I stopped procrastinating. I stopped overthinking. I just did it. I left the corporate world, I started my mentoring business, and it's such an amazing life to live the way you really want. And trust me, the beauty is on the other side of the terror barrier. The beauty in life is when you start to do the things you're afraid of. Because then, on the other side of the terror barrier, is who you really want to be. Are you in control of your thoughts? Do you think about what you want, or do you think about what you don't want? Do you think about what you like or what you don't like? Most people actually think about what they don't like. They focus on something happening outside of their own life, meaning that what happens around them is the cause of their life. As a man thinketh in his heart, so it is. We attract what we think, we attract what we feel. There's 3 easy rules of wealth that you can follow every day. Number 1, money likes action, do it now. Money is a concept of circulation. It is supposed to circulate, and it circulates through your actions. Number 2, wealth likes consistency. Focus on your goal, have a long-term view, and be consistent on what you really want. Number 3, procrastination is the route to failure. Poverty likes procrastination. You have to follow rule number 1 or 2. If you follow rule number 3, procrastination is the route to failure. You will never be financially free. The biggest challenge for most people is that they don't dare to do what they should do. They say, oh, I would love to be financially free, but then they don't dare to do what it takes. The beauty of freedom is on the other side of that barrier. It's when you start doing the things you don't like. It's when you start doing the things that you really don't dare to do. That is when you create your freedom. Freedom is an attitude. It's a choice. Every time I'm afraid of something, I see that as an order to myself to do it immediately. Sometimes I just say, damn, I'm afraid of this. Then I have to do it because I know that my freedom is on the other side of that. What is the purpose of life? That's a big question, isn't it? And I think I have the answer. I write about that in my book, Be Daring, Be Different. You can buy that at Amazon. The purpose of life is its livingness. The purpose of life is to live. And how do we live? We live in contrasts. You have to know what good is to know what bad is. You have to know what you don't like to know what you like. You have to know what cold is to know what warm is. Life is lived in its contrasts. And it is through your contrasts that you experience every day, that you experience life. Your feelings is a guiding system. I like that, then do more of that. You like that, then do more of that. If you don't like it, then don't do it. There is only one reason to do a thing. I want to do it. There is only one reason to set a goal, because I want it. Be true to your heart. Live your life in contrasts. Value the contrasts. And focus on what you want. This might be harsh to some of you, but listen carefully. If you continue to think like you have done so far in life, you will only get more of what you have. You know, insanity is to continue doing the same thing, expecting a different result. And it's the same in life. More of the same gives more of the same. What do you have to do? You have to change, and you have to make the decision that you want to change. If you doubt, it only comes from old you. It's the old conditioning that is the doubt. The new you are sick and tired of being sick and tired of getting more of what you already have, holds you back. And the new you say, come on, I want, but then you don't dare. You have to dare. I have been in the same situation like you. I was so sick and tired of my life, and I wanted to change, but I didn't dare. And then my mentor told me, come on, you have to jump. You just have to do it and trust that it will be good. And it has been an amazing time after I dared to do that. You have to dare too. You have to change. Otherwise, you will just get more of the same. So you have to make the decision, I want to change. When you have done that, everything will change. To live the life you really want, you need to take extreme ownership to your life. Extreme ownership to what you want. Extreme ownership to your actions reaching what you want. And extreme ownership to your results. When you do that, you will see that you live the life you really want. It's such a wonderful journey. Have a wonderful day. Welcome to a cold Norway. It's late fall. We expect snow the coming days. Life is lived in contrast, you know. I come from the sun, I come back home to the cold weather, and I really enjoy it. How do you see yourself? What is your self-image? You will never make more money than your self-image. You will never be more financially free than your self-image. And financial freedom is first of all a choice. It's an attitude. How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a worker, as a manager, or as an owner? If you want to be financially free, you have to see yourself as an owner. You have to take ownership to your life. You have to create the life you really want. Start focusing on how you can increase your income to be financially free. Stop thinking about what everyone else say, that it's rough times, that everything is expensive. Focus only on how you can create your financial freedom through increased income. Have a wonderful day.